everybody, and welcome to the Moto3 Spanish Grand Prix, round 4 of the 2023 campaign. Well, we've had a very interesting start to the season, some really close racing as well. Will that continue as we head back to Europe? Let's take a look then at what happened in the Spanish Grand Prix. Moto3 is about to get underway here for the Spanish Grand Prix. Here's how they line up on the grid then. Dennis Onchu on pole position, alongside him is Aizan Ortola. Further back down the field as well, we'll see Roman Fenati in third. There's Juan Masia, Yakanama, Hologado, Sasaki, Artegas, Ruda and Ogden riding out the top 10. Then it's Kelso 11th with Toba in 12th position. Monrella is 13th with Minio 14th, Suzuki 15th, Alonso in 16th, Bertelelli is 17th, Salvador in 18th position, 19th on the field as well coming up. That's going to be Colin Vigio as well, then Riccardo Rossi, Stefano Neppa, Filippo Farioni as well, Faurizio 23rd, Carisso 24th, Joshua Whiteley in 25th, Mario Aggi starts 26th on the grid as well, 27th for David Almanza, 28th for Asman, but Asman has an irresponsible riding, so he's to start from the back of the grid and must serve a long lap penalty. Well, they're on their parade lap now. It's a 19 lap Moto3 Grand Prix here at the Circuit de Jerez, Anglo Nieto as well. It's a total of 13 corners. Turn 1 is Expo 92, and turn 2, the curve of Michelin, when we saw the red flag come out yesterday in MotoGP's sprint race. Turn 3 and 4 back up on each other for turn 5 at Sito Ponds, a half straight away as well before coming into the braking zone for turn number 6 at Dry Sack as well. The straightaway here, by the way, 0.377 miles in total. Then turn 7 and 8. Turn 8 is the curve of Aspar. Anglo Nieto is at turn 9. Turn 10 is at the Puelco corner. 11 is Alex Cavell. 12 is Ferrari. And 13, the final corner, is Lorenzo. Well, track temperature, that is currently at 28 degrees, air temperature 21, humidity at 74%. It's dry in the air as well, as you can see on your map. Let's get a word from BT Sport and their commentary team as well. It's Gavin Emmett and Neil Hodson.
Slightly wrong over the years. Well, including here 1 year ago, Neil. Let's not forget, he should have won that one.
He led it down into the last corner and crossed the line in 4th. Yeah, he got that one wrong, so let's hope he's learned from his mistakes. But I think I'm expecting a big group.
We do get big groups. We also get those small groups opening up, don't we? 4 or 5 riders who just have a feel for this place the others haven't quite got, because it's narrow. If there is a mistake, if there is a little bit bump, it can tend to just break them up a little bit. Even in Moto3, you will all get passing all the way through, but it still doesn't make it easy to pass, but it means there's often a bit of contact.
Yeah, we've got those sort of 3 hairpin corners, and that's where we see the action. Obviously, this is the famous one, the last corner here. It's a great last corner. But, yeah.
I mean, you've got to get your line right, haven't you? Throughout the race, but on the last lap.
On the last lap, most on a Moto3 bike, because if you go too defensive on the last lap, you will get passed over the line, because the finish line's quite a way up.
They're coming up to the grid then as well, and they'll all be lining up. Dennis Onchu, pole position, Aizan Ortola second, Roman Fenati third. That's the front row of the grid. Pole position is on the left-hand side. 19 laps ahead of us around one of the tightest and trickiest circuits on the calendar. It's fast and flowing, but it is certainly one of the most difficult. Green flag in the back, all eyes to the lights for round 4, the Moto3 World Championship. Lights out, race on, good start. Actually coming from Ortola, Onchu with a sort of doctor's dangle with his rear leg. Gets back out into turn 1. At the inside, Ortola takes the lead. Onchu in the braking zone will make it 1-2. Coming up is the other KTM as well. Fenati's been dropping back in the field. Up into second position goes Daniel Hologado as well. That's on the KTM Tech 3 bike, not the IJO that leads with Dennis Onchu. Now, coming out of turn 3, Hologado gets a little bit of a wiggle on as well. Ortola is still on the inside line as they come through. And now look at that. Masia up as well into 7th position. Suzuki up to 11th as well. Big changes in further back in the field as they swoop back down as well into Sito Pons, and now down the back straight away. And Hologano's trying to go around the outside, coming into dry sack as well to get the lead. Onchu late on the brakes, goes on the inside, takes the position back. Rossi's past Bertolelli further back in the field as well. Onchu is now into the lead of the race with Hologano second. Yakanama is up into 3rd position. Brilliant stuff for him, but it's not going to last long. He might take 2nd here, away from Hologano as they come through turn 7 into turn 8 at Aspar now. Then the double at 9 and 10. No jump starts is the information from race control, which is great to see as they sweep back through. Ferroni, Bertolelli passing Vicia. Vicia's dropped down to 21st position. A horrible start for him in the Moto3 Spanish Grand Prix. Onchu leads, then we get Hologano, Yakanama, Ortola 4th, that's Roman Fernando up into 5th position, and look at that, Yakanama back into 3rd position. There's a move going on as well as Ortola and Fernati getting into the mix as well. Artegas joining in, Macias right to the back of this little battle as we cross the line. 1 lap down, 18 to go. Ortola is now coming back up, trying to go on the inside line of Yakanama into turn 1. It hasn't worked out. He's now to defend for Fernati. Suzuki's up 5 places where he started. Ogden's down 4. Oh, Kelso and Toba dropping down. So is Argy as well. They've been passed further back in the field. You can see on the time count, there's Asman with his long lap penalty. That's getting flashed up now on the timing screen. We knew that was coming as well from long ago as they come through. First sector times looking decent, as you can see as well, with a 26.2 for Onchu, but it's going to be the run out of Sito Pons down the back straight away towards dry sack. Onchu going to go to the outside. Hologano on the inside with the 46 of Prix. Stuart's going to drag Ortola with him as well. Yakanama into 4th position. They switch back. Good move then for Hologano to take the lead of the race. Or now Ortola right in the back of him as they come through turn 7 and 8. Can he find a slipstream battle through? That'll be a good sort of thumbs up look if he can. At the moment, they're just sort of holding position between the two of them. 18 laps to go. Hologano leads. And on the inside, there's the 43 making a move. That's a dive bomb. That's Artegas trying to pass Fernati. Not going to work out long. And Artegas passing Masia in the middle of that. As Masia trying to go right around the outside and sort of jump cut them. Didn't work out there, I'm afraid. He'll have to find something different in the future. Here's Diego Monrella in 14th position as well. He's going to try and find something because Ortola into the Curva Lorenzo at turn 13. Can't find a move. Onchi's up to 3rd. Repassed Yakanama. And it's all go at this point as well. Toba's past Kelso, RG's past Farisso, and then we've got a drop, I think, as well in the middle of the field into turn number 1. Can't tell who it is just yet as they swing back through. Ortola 146.375 as Yakanama up the inside, taking 3rd position away from Onchu. Ortola with the fastest lap of the race so far. It's been a blistering start to this Moto3 Grand Prix as well, as Ortola really now pushing. Asman has completed his long lap penalty, but now there's a real buzz in the mix of things as well, because everybody is sensing, yes, we want this, we want the attack, we want to see if we can get through, and yes, don't mind me, Ortola's going to look to the outside line of Hologano into the braking zone at turn 6 and the curve of dry sack, not worked out into the braking zone, but there goes Onchu, back up the inside of Yakanama for 3rd position. Masia and Artegas can't get through on that one either. So Onchu back up to 3rd. And look at that. Alonso up to 7th position as well. Ruder's up to 8th and Fernati 2. Suzuki down to 10th position as well. Good start to this race. And again, it's providing the close action that Moto3 usually does in the Spanish Grand Prix. Up the inside goes Artegas. He's making a move on one Masia and he's done it. So Artegas gets through and Yakanama's down to 6th position. Wow.
Such a young age, riding on the junior scene, and they all know it like the back of their hands. Orgado's pushing on the pace here, Neil.
And looks tiny, doesn't he? Taking the sweeping lines, taking the fastest lines. And Ortola's doing the right thing. He's not dive bombing him. And because of that, that's why they're stretching the gap. It was 0.3 over the line last time. It's now gone up to
Across the line then.
0.7.
0.7, yeah, 0.731 between Ortola and then Onchu in third. Mazia looks desperate to get through on Onchu. I think he's spied the danger out front.
Yeah, that seems to be the factor at the moment, but we're all keeping an eye on this little battle, which is claiming for the lead of the race, just a tenth between them. Onchu is now sort of back in the battle. I think Ortola's going to go for it on the inside, coming into Sito Ponzi. Had to think about it, put the inside up as well, but he gets a good run out of turn 5. Can he get it down the straight now towards turn number 6 at the Curva Dry Sack? Hologado holding that inside line. Is Ortola going to slip through? No. Macia's trying to go around the outside. Gets a little bit of a wiggle on with the rear bike stepping out. He can't get past Onchu. He's tried several times before, but nothing's working there, I'm afraid. Macia going for win number 7 of his career so far. So Asman, as I said, completed his long lap penalty, which was a fantastic ordeal as well. Now the action continuing. Whoa! Fanati nearly getting taken out by Ruda. Ruda was really on the cusp there of saying good night as they swing back through. There's Macia on the inside. Macia is up into third position, has passed Onchu. So Macia now leads the little train as the 43 of Artegas comes up the inside of David Alonso at the last corner of Lorenzo, gets a good exit. Hologado leading the way though as we complete lap number 4, start lap 5, 15 laps to go. On the Spanish Grand Prix, Alonso back up the inside of Artegas though at Expo 92, and he's taken the lead back, and here comes the number, being number 6 with Yakanama going through. Onchu, race leader, has been given a track limits warning. That's big news. So he's gone over the green too many times, and 3 times you get a warning. Do it again, you get a penalty. That's going to be a warning as well for Dennis Onchu, as it has happened there. Hologado leads, Ortola second, Onchu, sorry, the pole sitter, it's not the race leader, the pole sitter, Dennis Onchu getting a track limits warning now, with Hologado and Ortola battling out front. Macia's coming back up, Yakanama's gone through, and Onchu's been passed by David Alonso as well. Diego Monrello with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:46.352 in this stage of the Grand Prix, looking extremely fast, and Dennis Onchu, that's been given the penalty warning now. That's a team communication on the dashboard. Interesting enough, MotoGP riders this weekend are testing out radios as well, from race control to the drivers themselves via their an earpod input as well. It's so light apparently, Fabio Quartararo says he can't feel it, so a brilliant radio communication being developed. It'll be tested as well on Monday and Tuesday in the post-Grand Prix test here at Jerez before the 1000th MotoGP Grand Prix at the French Grand Prix at Le Mans in 2 weeks' time. Meantime, though, Hologado leads the way for Ortola, and again, it's just the gap is a tenth of a second, but Macia is a tenth back to Ortola. So we've got a proper scrap going on now for the Moto3 Grand Prix race victory, and it's anybody's guess who's going to take the lead as we come in towards turn number 1. Alonso, that's Onchu and Ruda getting closer together now. Top 4 right together. Ruda's been given a track limits warning penalty as well.
So in the previous lap he sent his fastest lap.
Yeah, that's a good place to be.
And he's behind Ayumu Sasaki, so he's in. He'll be in a fight, let's say, with Sasaki.
Yeah, there's a
company.
There's a second group just dropping back now. Rossi leading that one, from who's had a tough weekend actually. David Salvador, Joel Kelso, and Andrea Mino heading up that one. Just over.
New best race lap record for Yakanama now as well. It's a 1:40. Where is Yakanama? 1:46.016. New best ever lap time there, as up the inside, that goes Hologado to the lead of the race, but third place changes. Yakanama passes Macia. Ruda again getting the track limits warning. That is from Race Direction. We've got a yellow flag. Yellow flag in sector 3. And who's going down the order? I think it's David Salvador. Is it Salvador? Yes, it is. Salvador has crashed out, but rider okay, according to the information graphic. So that's the first retirement of the race. Yakanama has taken second position away from Ivan Ortola with 14 to go. Holgado leading the way and will continue to do so. There is David Salvador, gone down at turn 6. That's at Drysack or the Pedrosa corner as well. Hard hit there if he's gone down. I mean, if it's a high side, it's going to be even worse. Ortola's looking up the inside of Yakanama, who's thinking about a move on Holgado. None of them make the move as we go green again here, with the yellow flags removed from Sector 2. Across the line we go then. Top 4 is Holgado, Yakanama, Ortola and Nasir as we cross the line uphill towards turn 1. Artegas is bringing himself into the fold of things at the moment, but he's just outside as that is Salvador getting stretchered off. It's going to be a high side. The rear steps out, the front wheels turn to the right. Bike chucks him over the handlebars, and this is not going to be a nice hit as well, is it? Oh my word. As Rossi's been given a track limits warning. What's happened to Yakanama? Yakanama's dropping down the timing screens. Has Yakanama crashed? Has Yakanama crashed out of the race as we see a replay of Salvador? He did hit his head there. Visor comes up, but hopefully he's going to be okay. But is Yakanama down? Where is he? Oh, that's Holgado, Toga, Masia, Ortega, Alonso. Yakanama, I think, has crashed out of the race. I can't see anything on timings. Is he there? Was the timings fallen off? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Ortola. Yakanama. There he is. He hasn't gone down. He's punching the bike. I think the engine's gone. What's happened? Into turn 3. Pulls. Oh, the engine. I think it's either the chain or the engine's gone or something along the both. He's frustrated with the bike. And Yakanama, who's having such a great race, is out of it with 13 laps to go. And he puts Holgado on Ortola in 1, 2, 3 with Masia as well. Right on the back. They've left Artegas 0.3 of a second the gap. And now we're really seeing it push through. Brilliant stuff. Are we going to see an opportunity in the braking zone? I don't know here.
Except looking at his career, the young rookie has been so successful in a lot of the junior championships that he's raced in. Definitely a winner.
Mattia takes second position. Mattia goes through into second position on the inside at turn 13, getting ahead of Ortola. And are we going to see a slipstream into turn 1? And that's Morella up into 11th position, passing Ogden and Toba as well. So a very nice, sweet move there. Holgado leads, Masia second, Ortola third, Ortega's fourth, Alonso fifth, Ruda is sixth, seventh for Onchu, eighth for Fanati, ninth for Sasaki, 10th for Suzuki. As they come through, Masia's going to try and get through around the outside into turn 5 and Seaton Ponds, and he's done so. Masia takes second place to Aizan Ortola. Holgado gets a little bit wide down the straightaway, nearly touching the green. Yakanama's into the pit lane with that bike failure. Masia's got a great slipstream, goes to the inside line in the braking zone, but that, again, the Tech 3 on board with the Red Bull KTM gets so much braking power. Ortola drops back to 4th as Artega slips on the inside line as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 riders all in. One of them's Ruda as well. And you see Yamanaka is absolutely distraught in the pit lane. And that's a lead change. I think that's a lead change. Salvador has been taken to the medical centre for a checkup. The rider is conscious, and it is a lead change. Masia leads the Spanish Grand Prix on lap 8 of 19. Holgado is down into second position. Artegas third, Ortola fourth, Alonso in fifth, and they are pushing together now. They don't want to make another mistake. They don't want to have another problem as they come back through. And here comes, that's Ortola trying to pass Artegas, and it hasn't worked out. Artegas keeps third position. 12 laps to go, and once again the leaders changed around and Yakanama's rejoined the race. Brilliant. Must have been chained.
Well in that second group. I mean, he's battling with the championship leader, Diogo Moreira, and he's in there with Sasaki and Fanati.
But it's just the pace that's being imposed at the front. And
exactly.
I have to say, with Masia taking over this race now, I wonder if that will change things.
Yeah, potentially.
Because he's had to charge to claw back the gap. This was the move. And we didn't actually see at the time when Masia took over.
Into turn 4. Very instinctive move, not a normal place you would pass.
Little twitch for even Ortola. Great shot. I love the helicopter shots that we get of the Moto3 races. There's
Yakanama right back out in front. rejoined the race with the chain issue fixed, I believe. So he's got back to the pit lane on momentum. It's a possibility here. Artega's going for second place to get past Holgado. Holgado, late on the brake, says, you're not going to get through here, I'm afraid. You'll have to find another way through. Yellow flag in sector 3. So who has crashed out? I believe it's Riccardo Rossi. Riccardo Rossi has gone down and is either okay according to our timing screens. And it's turn 6. Here he is. It's dry sack once again. The tight hairpin at the bottom of the hill, that's catching everybody out. And there's Yakanama waving everybody through to be officially now a lap down in this race. And he's watching the leaders go through. He was a part of that battle just a few laps ago as well. And Holgado's going to be dive bomb around the outside and gets past Ortola. So Masia leads, Holgado second, Ortola third, Artega's fourth. And what's happened to Ruda? Has he had to take something, or has he crashed out of the last corner? Ruda's back up to 6, so it's a timing sensor issue, because I can see him in the pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's Ruda. Onchu's 1.7 seconds behind. Their little battle, as you can see on the timing screens now, between each other, as the racing continues here at the Moto3 Grand Prix of Spain. Lap 10 of 19. 10 to go. We are halfway through this extraordinary race. And look at that. We've got the top 6 all in a line, battling out for the smallest of track positions, and they're all going side by side into turn 6. It's Holgado who takes the lead. Artegas gets through from 4th to 2nd. And then we've got Ortola drop back into about 5th position as Masia drops to 3rd and Alonso goes into 4th position. So Holgado really choosing the braking zone well and getting that place back. Goes a little bit wide now. 43 of Artega's trying to come through on the inside. Scott Ogden has been given a track limits warning. That's understandable as they swing back through. Holgado, Artegas, Masia, Alonso, Ortola, Ruda, top 6, Sonchu 7th, Sasaki 8th, Suzuki 9th, Toba inside the top 10. Into the braking zone again now for the last corner. That's Masia getting passed by Alonso on the inside line. Alonso now goes to the podium place. Artegas trying to push with Holgado to get through. It's not going to work out there, I'm afraid. Have to find something else to do. Look at that, Ruda's timing's going wild again with these sensor issues. Masia runs in too deep, coming through 1, but does he make the position on Ortola? On Alonso, sorry, for 3rd. No, he doesn't. Alonso back through on the inside line. Ortola trying to get back through. Hasn't worked, so Alonso stays 3rd. Masia 4th. Ortola 5th. Onchu has joined this little... Hang on a minute. Is Onchu actually in 6th position or is he in 7th? I'm not actually too sure now because the timing screens still haven't put Ruda back in position. But I can see Ruda. Ruda in the 99 is still there in 6th position, so he hasn't gone down. The timing screen's having a bit of a failure. Ruda is there in 7th position. Alonso gets a wiggle, nearly has a high side. Coming through turn 6, and Masia was nearly on the inside to take advantage of that little error. Doesn't fancy it now. And yet, Ruda is still in 6th position, not Dennis Onchu. Want to make that clear as Holgado under attack from every which way direction from Artegas. And now Diego Monrella battling Suzuki, nearly has a twitch. Wow! Great save coming through turn 9 at the Anglunito corner. There's Ruda promoted back up into 6th position finally on our timing monitors as the racing begins to cool down once again. 3 wide into the last corner. And Holgado holding the advantage. Artegas will push through across the line. 8 to go here at Moto3. And into turn 1 is Artegas going to go for a late lunge. He thinks about it, but it's not the right part of the track to do so.
He loses half a second. All that work's gone, so yeah.
Another personal best lap for Denis Onchu. Where was he in the first half of this race? Remember, it's a 19-lap race, 8 to go after they crossed the line last time.
Let's see what happens here. Right, so we're coming round turn 4 into turn 5. Let's see what the leader does. Keep your eye on Danny Olgado. Watch him. He'll run out to the curves, then he'll work his way right over to the right-hand side of the track, forcing the riders behind him. If they want to pass him, if they get a slipstream, he's not allowing them to come to his right.
No, and Messia's on the blue into the braking zone, but takes second position, so Messia's going to get a warning eventually, because he keeps touching the blue line. You can't keep doing that. Right, changes it. Oh, I'll take us down to 5th. So it's and look at that, Monrella, track limits warning. Surprised Messia hasn't received one, to be honest with you. Vigia moved up to 15th, passing Ferroli as well. Holgado, Messia, Alonso, Ortola, Artegas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a strong smell of McDonald's burgers coming through into this commentary box right now. It's quite hungering, but I can smell McDonald's, and it makes me want one now, so all I'm craving in the commentary box is a double cheeseburger. Anyway, coming through into the braking zone, are we going to see Messia into the last corner, try and take it? Farizzo has got a track limits warning as well, is into the final corner, 3 wide, here comes the 48 of Ortola on the inside of the 80 of Alonso, on the inside, left, and he's got through, but Alonso's going to duck back in behind him as well and try and slipstream up the hill towards turn number 1 with 7 to go. Messia's trying the same thing, and through goes Alonso to retake 3rd position. The Colombian doing a fantastic manoeuvre, but getting outthought by Ortola. And not into the braking zone. The Colombian's done it. Alonso up to 3rd position. Fantastic stuff. Holgado leading the way. How long for with Messia directly behind? Messia is lining him up. They are carbon copy. May as well be holding up a mirror. Messia thought about a move into turn 5, but then he'd have to defend all the way down the 0.3 mile straight. In total, 607 metres from turn 5 to turn 6, but they still arrived there at about 160 miles an hour on a Moto3 bike into the braking zone. The two Spaniards battling it out here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Holgado versus Messia with 7 laps to go.
Sasaki is closing the gap, so the second group is coming. Yeah, it's yellow flag. Someone's gone straight.
Someone's off.
Who it was.
It's Vigia.
Oh, it's Colin Vaya. Colin Vaya, who was leading, actually, the 3rd pack.
Right.
In the chase there.
He's rejoined. Ortola up to 3rd.
Unfortunately, has crashed out.
And look at that. Up into 3rd goes Ortola. So they've swapped positions back as the timing screens have a little bit of a glitch. So Holgado, Messia, Ortola, Alonso, Artegas, top 5. And change that. Messia's at the inside to take the lead down to the last corner. And Ortola's going to fancy a move too. Hasn't worked. Messia leads. Holgado. Then Ortola, Alonso, Artegas, Ruda. Into the braking zone for T1 once again. 6 laps to go in a thrilling, absolutely thrilling Moto3 Grand Prix. Again, it's been competitive. 4th round of the championship. Still exciting. It's what we like to see. Closing back through on the attack. And now into turn number 1. The 48 thinks about a move, and look at David Alonso just behind. He's there too, ready to capitalise. Ferroli got a track limits warning as they come up. Down the straight we go, and the 96, that's Holgado, who's on the blue. Can't make a move there, get a penalty. Ortola's going round the outside though to try and take 2nd position. Not going to work at that part of the track, I'm afraid. An outside manoeuvre there is never on the cards and has never really ended well either. It's got to be an inside dive bomb, and Messia learned from Holgado, just send them extremely to the right-hand side of the track and you won't get them to make the move. Again, so messy into the braking zone as David Alonso nearly clips the back of Ortola as well. Messia, though, still out at front. Ruda has got a limits warning. Onchu's down to 8th position. He's been passed by Sasaki. So there's a change there in the midfield. Coming up with 5 laps to go. Can Messia take anything back? Messia's last win was in Spain back in 2020. It was at the Teruel Grand Prix that was held at Aragon. That was all the way back in 2020. No wins in 21 or 22. Can he take it in 23? Uphill, into turn 1. Masia holds the inside line. Ortola and Holgado in positions to make some fights. Whoopsies, up the inside. That's Ruda passing Ortega. So Ruda goes to 6th position. Sasaki, Onchu, Suzuki closing in on this fight as well. We're about to have, I think, a 9-rider scrap for race wins. Masia, Ortola, 1-2. Holgado's beginning to drop off. Alonso coming through as well. Down the straight. Here comes Ortola. Pulls to the outside. Can he get the move done for the braking zone? It's very risky. And Masia breaks it. Oh, and here comes Alonso forcing out Holgado on the inside line. And Alonso really giving a whack. Yellow flags out in sector 3. And I think it's Kaito Toba who's dropped back. I think Toba might have crashed. Oh, yep. Kaito Toba crashes out. That's down at turn 6. So Ryder is okay. That's at Drysack. Has to be. We've just got there. So short lap here to get the 4 sectors in. I'm pretty certain that's turn 6. But Kaito Toba out of the race. He'll try and restart it, but he's dropped right back. Ortola right up there with Masia. He's trying to find a way through. They almost merge together into the braking zone. 6 riders, 7 riders trying to go side by side. Round the outside. Holgado trying to pass Masia. Alonso's there too. Alonso versus Holgado. Up towards turn 1 at Expo 92. Not going to make a move there. I think Holgado's got 3rd place back, and Alonso's going to have to deal with the fact he's down to 4th position. Keeps on going. Here's the stats then. Alonso, career best, finishes 8th. Right now running in 4th. Yamanaka has got a track limits warning. Doesn't really matter much because he's out of the race, but it'll still hurt as a reminder of what could have been today. Holgado 3rd, Alonso 4th. Ruba is up into 5th position. I'll take us down into 6th as the battles continue on. There's David Alonso. 6 starts in Moto3. No podiums, no poles. Obviously no career wins either. Toba has rejoined the race, so he's managed to get that bike firing again. And meanwhile, it's a mess into turn 1 as Ortola loses the lead to Masia, and Holgado now trying to go around the outside. Masia leads, Ortola 2nd, Holgado 3rd, Alonso 4th, Ruda in 5th. And then we've got 6th for Ortega, 7th for Sasaki. And that is the battle. Whoa! Ortola nearly collecting the entire field there by touching the front of Masia. It's getting scrappy now. Forget Scooby-Doo, we've got the Scrappy-Doo going on here as they come through into turn 11. And Alex Cravell. Turn 12, Curva Ferrari. Dive bomb is surely coming on the cards for turn 13 if Masia fancies a look to defend. He opens the door. Ortola thinks about it. Sparks fly from the front of the bikes as Sasaki trying to go right round the outside and passing Artegas, and Alonso goes to 5th. Now Onchu has joined the fight. So has Suzuki. 3 to go. 9 riders scrapping it out. This is what we wanted. This is a proper Moto3 race. Into turn 2. Downhill, the Curva Michelin. Onchu, the Turkish rider, closing in on the back of this battle. The man who started on pole. Oh, he's got a long lap penalty. Onchu has got a long lap penalty. We know he had multiple warnings, but now it's changed again. Masia keeps the lead from Onchu. So Onchu, to Ortola, as Onchu flashed up on the screen to distract me. Long lap penalty for exceeding track limits. Well, that's his race done then, and here comes the 96, 3 wide, into the braking zone. Holgado easily dispatches Ortola. He's trying to go around the outside to take Masia, but that's going to allow Ortola to slip back through on the inside line. Side by side, coming through turn 6 and 7. Through into Curva Aspar, turn 8. Alonso riding on for nearly a 3rd position at the moment. He's right there behind this little scrap. They all fly into a tight turn 9. Anglo-Nito corner. Few of them stepping up. 2 to go after this. Masia, Olagado, Ortolo, Alonso, Sasaki. We're in for a grandstand finish of the Moto3 Spanish Grand Prix. You can sense it coming. Out of the last 2 corners. Pushing hard. Joshua Whiteley's been given a track limits warning. Do it again to get a penalty. At the inside goes David Alonso, trying to pass Ortola. Ortola down to 4th. Alonso up into 3rd position unless he gets the traction out. No. So, Alonso goes 3rd. There's the long line penalty. Rijo gets a track limits warning. Ruder's down again, so his timing tower not working. Gets to his set immediately in the first mini sector. 2 to go. A total of 4 miles. Masia leading the way. Holagado, Alonso, Ortola, Sasaki, Ruda, Artegas, Onchu with a penalty, but Suzuki too. 9 riders still scrapping it out. Onchu's going to, I think, I don't know for certain the penalty means we're dropping down to 8th position at least. Ruda's time still not working. Into Cito Pons, and then down the back straight away once again. Holagado gets a great run out that last corner, turn 5. Cesaro Masia goes on the blue paint. He'll get another warning for that. Holagado swings round the outside. Has to come over to defend because here comes David Alonso scrapping for 2nd position now. They're going to go side by side. And look at that. Holagado looks over to Alonso saying, you just pushed me onto the green. And Alonso now is in 2nd position. Sasaki on the inside of Ortola didn't work out. And Alonso's going for the lead of the race ahead of Masia. Holagado looking to the inside line, into turn 9. This is Anglo-Nito, as I keep saying, into turn 10, that's the Puercol corner. Alex Crevel at 11, Ferrari at 12. It's going to be one more lap as up the inside for 3rd position goes Ortola. Holagado beginning to drop back. Ortola starting his charge now towards the front on the final lap of this race. Ortola's going for 2nd, Alonso. Holagado trying to go around the outside. That's left the door open for Suzuki. So for Sasaki to slip through. Sasaki goes to 4th. Last lap, the call of the Moto3 Spanish Grand Prix. So much action as the spaceship flies around. Who's going to win this one in Moto3? Masia, Alonso, Ortola. Whoa, and Holagado getting mugged. And up the inside goes Onchu on Artegas, who got attacked by Holagado, who mugged him effectively into turn 1, and then mugged him back. Riders changing every position further back. Alonso into 2nd still, but Ortola's trying to look for a move. Alonso going for his first ever win as well, trying to come through. This is lap 19 of 19. If anything's going to happen, it might happen here at turn 6. Masia's not going to hold this one. Riders are everywhere. Alonso looking on the inside. Ortola around the outside. He's going to go deep. In comes Sasaki. Shuts the door. Sasaki can't do anything about it. Ortola holds on for 3rd position. Masia has led for the past 5 laps. Can he do it on the last run to get a win? 3 wide as we come into turn 8. Alonso hits the front. Alonso leads. Alonso goes through. So does Ortola. Masia's dropped the lead of the race. Sasaki's going to go through on the inside at turn 9. Podium changes completely. Alonso now leading from Ortola. And Onchu hasn't served his penalty. Onchu's going to get a penalty post-race here. At the inside, Ruda's coming into play. Masia back on the podium, passing Sasaki. And Ortola gets through on David Alonso into turn 12 of Ferrari. Last corner coming up. Anyone fancy a dive bomb? Ortola goes wide. Alonso just holds him. Masia gets a tap from Suzuki. Across the line we go. Is there a drag race on the line? Alonso's right there in the slipstream. But it's Ivan Ortola who wins the Spanish Grand Prix by 34 thousandths of a second. Alonso 2nd, Masia 3rd, Sasaki 4th, Ruda 5th, Holagado 6th, Artegas 7th, Onchu 8th, Sasaki 9th. But Onchu's going to get a penalty for that for sure, because he was down with a long lap penalty that he never served. Aizan Ortola wins again, proving America wasn't a fluke. The 48, a domination effect once again. His first win came 2 weeks ago at the Circuit of the Americas. He's repeated that fact today. Another last lap charge. Ortola wins for the 2nd time. 50 points. out of the first 4 races. The championship could be going his way if he continues his form. Alonso second, Messia in 3rd position. An amazing Spanish Moto3 Grand Prix. So Ivan Ortola does the double and wins here at Jerez. Second place for David Alonso with Juan Messia going in 3rd. Sasaki 4th with Ruda 5th, Holgado 6th, Arteaga 7th, Suzuki 8th and Onchu in 9th. Next on the page, we'll see Monrella round out the top 10 from Fanati, Ogden in 12th, then we see Bertelli, Faroli, Nepa, Faurizio and Mino in 17th. Then we see Kelso, IG, Almanza, Asman, Carisso, Viger, Watley and Yamanaka so close to a race win but falling down. Out of the race was Toba, Rossi and Salvador. In the Riders' Championship, it's Daniel Holgado leading by just 4 points to Diego Monrella. Ortola moves himself just into 9 points as well on 50. Messia, Arteaga, Suzuki, Alonso, Ruda and Sasaki complete the top 9. 34 thousandths of a second separating the top 2 as well, and once again Ortola taking the win, proving that he is going to be in championship contention. 2 weeks time then we'll be back for Moto3 at the 5th round of the championship, the French Grand Prix at Le Mans, as well on the Bugatti circuit. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.